Today, we're diving into all the exciting changes coming with version 5, and we'll also look at the upcoming artifacts we can expect in version 6.3. There's a lot to unpack, from character reworks to new synergy mechanics, so let's get straight into it.
KIlee.
KIlee's C2 change is one of the biggest improvements in version 5. Previously, her Death Shred only activated when dealing damage, but now it activates simply by hitting an enemy. This makes it far more reliable, especially against shielded units. With this change, KIlee becomes more flexible in team compositions since she can consistently apply Death Shred just through contact. This reliability makes her more useful in difficult battles where timing and consistency matter. It also reduces the dependency on specific team setups that were needed to trigger the old requirement. KIlee players will find her much smoother to use in both overworld and endgame combat. Jahoda. Jahoda's C6 upgrade enhances her role as a support. Her Purloined Treasure Flask still needs to be charged, but once it's fully charged, nearby Moonsign characters receive a significant boost to both crit rate and crit DMG for 20 seconds. This change makes Jahoda a more impactful buffer, especially for players running Moonsign-based teams. The added crit bonuses can greatly improve team burst windows and overall damage consistency. This also encourages players to experiment with new team rotations that take advantage of her supportive abilities. Jahoda becomes a reliable choice for boosting allies during important damage phases.
Venti.
Venti's new Hexarai affiliation brings extra synergy to team compositions. When there are at least 2 Hexai characters in the party, Venti's elemental burst gains an additional buff window. After any nearby character triggers a swirl reaction, Hexai characters gain a 50% DMG bonus for 4 seconds, and Venti's Stormy Eye deals 135% of its original damage. This creates strong synergy in reaction-focused teams and gives Venti a better hybrid role as both support and DPS. Players who enjoy fast-paced elemental combos will notice smoother rotations and better burst damage potential. Albedo. Albedo's P4 change ties into his Hexarai affinity. When he hits enemies with his elemental skill, he now generates silver Isotoas that provide effects such as DMG buffs for Hexarai characters. His solar Isotoas also buff all allies based on his DEF, improving both his personal damage and supportive potential. This encourages players to build Albedo around Def even more than before, making his kit more cohesive. His utility increases across many team compositions, especially ones that rely on consistent off-field support. These changes deepen his role as a steady, reliable presence on the battlefield. Durin. Durin's version 5 adjustments change how his elemental skill functions. He now enters a transmutation process, shifting his skill into either confirmation of purity or denial of darkness. These forms modify his attacks and allow him to restore elemental energy every 6 seconds, giving him strong energy support capabilities. Though he still lacks a true flight ability outside of gliding, he remains a steady pyro applier and support option. Mona. Mona receives a few important adjustments. Her P4 change reduces her Vaporize bonus from 10% per stack to 5% per stack, which slightly lowers her overall Vaporize damage potential. However, her C2 and C6 changes make up for it. C2 removes cooldown limits on charged attack triggers, making her much more fluid and responsive in combat. C6 increases her charged attack damage by up to 180% against enemies affected by Omen, reinforcing her role in burst-focused teams. These updates allow Mona to fit better into endgame content. Version 5 summary. Version 5 centers on refining characters instead of dramatically changing them. Many characters receive improvements that increase consistency and enhance team synergy. KIlee becomes more reliable with her updated Death Shred, Jahoda gets stronger support abilities, and Venti and Albedo benefit from Hexarai mechanics. Mona also sees better charged attack potential. These updates make gameplay smoother, more rewarding, and more flexible. Version 6.3 Artifact Preview. Version 6.3 introduces 2 new artifact sets tied to Colombina and Hexarai mechanics. One set is designed specifically for Colombina, while the other supports all Hexarai-based characters. These sets aim to improve synergy across Hexray-focused teams by boosting elemental damage, off-field support, and reaction potential. Characters like Mona, Venti, Durin, and future Hexray units are expected to benefit significantly.